She would merengue and do the cha-cha.
All my mermaids.
I mean, you just had like the time of your life last night. Tell everybody where you went.
Okay, so again, for those of you that aren't watching the YouTube version, I have a water bottle here sitting on the table, and
Just put it right in the middle.
I will
here,
put it right in the middle. This is my shameless plug for what happened last night, which is one of the deepest fulfillments of like. I do not have words. I'm still freaking out about it.
Which is crazy.
I cannot.
Because Lauren always has words.
I do. I always have words. I talk nonstop. So last night I got to go see Josh Groban on his Bridges tour at the Bridgestone Arena here in Nashville. And
did it just change your life? Did it change your world?
It is one of the best nights of my life. So Idina Menzel sang first.
Idina.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
My favorite is that at the table where you can get merch, they had t-shirts that said Adele Dazeem like cross.
You gotta, when those things happen, man, you just gotta like capitalize on it.
Yeah. So that was huge.
Hilarious.
Oh, and I have seen her before. So I saw her while I was living in LA, and she is an amazing performer, hands down. I mean, girl's got it going on, and she knows it. And you know what? Again, if something like that happens, you just got to own it.
Sure.
So she had a little bit of technical difficulties at the beginning, but I don't care because it's just part of the experience, like sometimes you're just.
Totally. Live shows, anything could happen.
Yeah. So
I love it.
She sang through it. She did all of her top songs, like she did Let It Go.
Of course.
And she did like Rent and Wicked and a couple of the songs from her own albums. So when I saw her in LA, she did a lot more from her own stuff. And I know why she does the other songs because they're popular and everybody knows them.
Sure.
But she's got some really good stuff of her own.
Oh.
She played this one song called Queen of Swords that's from her own album. And then, it was really, really good.
Huh.
I really enjoyed it.
I don't know any of her like stuff that isn't, Elsa or Elphaba.
I know. That's okay. But it was really good. I'd say check it out because it's worth a listen to.
Did you see that they're doing the Wicked thing on TV?
No.
Her and Kristen Chenoweth are both doing it.
Oh,
a live thing on TV.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
A lot because that's one of the hardest things like about living in Nashville. Like we're not it's not just like an easy plane ride like up to New York.
It's really not. It's actually extremely difficult to get there and expensive, and it's just plain stupid how hard it is to get to Broadway.
It's tough. And and like even now play tickets and musical tickets, they're so expensive.
Girl, the only time I've ever been able to go is when somebody like literally work trips or like somebody else is paying for it because like that's just crazy money.
They are so expensive. So actually the first time I ever saw Wicked was in London and I had severe back pain afterwards because I got one of those student tickets. So like we're talking like the cheap seats. So we were up in the balcony and I had to lean forward to see the stage, but I couldn't lean too far forward because then I ended up blocking the people behind me. So I had this kind of hunched over.
No.
Yeah. So that was the first time I ever saw Wicked. And then it came through Nashville and I saw it that way.
Yeah.
Like in a decent manner.
Right.
So that was really, really good. But yeah, so that happened and Idina sang and she was fabulous. And Kevin, the sound guy, got in real big trouble.
Kevin.
Poor Kevin.
Sorry, bud.
Sorry. But you pulled it through at the end. Like that was just like the first, maybe there were just difficulties within the first like 10 minutes or so.
It's so hard being a sound man though.
I know.
It's so tough.
So I feel for you, Kevin.
Sorry, Kev.
I still really enjoyed the performance. And so then Josh Groban went on at show started at 8. He went on at 9:30.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I felt really bad for the woman in front of me. First of all, let me just say, my best friend and I were both 29 years old, and we were some of the youngest people there. There was this woman in front of us, like an older lady, and...
Oh no, was she grumpy?
No.
Oh, good. Okay.
No, not at all. She was just as excited as we were, but apparently that made the older woman in front of her grumpy.
Oh, no.
So she's like doing her thing and we're cheering and we're screaming and we're just like out of our minds. And she had leaned forward at one point and like when whoever talked to her, you know, finished what they were saying, she like leaned back and wasn't as animated she had been before. Meanwhile, I'm back here just losing my mind.
Your life,
screeching all the time. Yeah. And at one point, you know, I scream again, and the woman in front of me turns around. She's like, "You just scream your heart out. I just got told off for being loud." I was like, "Don't you dare!
No,
you scream all you want to, honey. You pay just as much money to be here."
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you pay money to be there. Like, you can fangirl all you want.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're screaming during the middle of him singing "You Raise Me Up," I'm gonna be a little
distracted, right?
But at the same time, he had like almost a full orchestra behind him. He was loud. It's not like somebody.
Yeah,
screeching
like
is really
they're
gonna get drowned out.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any patience for that, and I was like, "Honey, no." And oh my gosh, also he came into the middle of us. Like there was a B stage, and
did you just have a heart attack?
I did because he was like right there. I mean, we're talking.
Did you have a fairy godmother moment?
10, yes. Fairy godmother moment times like 10.
For those of you who have not seen our Disneyland vlog, she flipped her fins. Like, it was the most hilarious reaction to anything I've ever seen in my life. But I'll link that vlog in the description if you haven't watched that.
I mean,
that was big time
because he had finished a song and had like ducked down and run off stage, and I was like, "What?
Where's he going?"
So it's either a costume change, which I mean, he was wearing like head to toe black with like a red jacket. You know, there's nothing to change there, or there's a B stage, and
you were there for it.
10 feet. I was 10 feet from the man. Oh, and he sang "She's Always a Woman to Me."
Oh my dear Lord.
Yeah, and play the piano.
Oh my gosh. Well, so you're just gonna be in heaven for a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
So kudos. I mean, poor boyfriend. He's going to be hearing about it.
But what a great boyfriend.
I know.
Man, all the mermen, take notes. Girl.
So yeah, that was my takeover of the Mermaid podcast, just to talk about my...
Listen, Josh Groban is worth it, man. I'll tell you what.
So
that is such a fun thing.
It was amazing. I'm so happy.
Yes.
I'm going to be on cloud 9 for quite some time.
Girl, you just hang in that space for a while.
Yeah. Who do you have any artists that are on like your top list of like people you would love to see live? Have you ever seen Jodie Benson?
No. Oh my gosh. No. Okay, you're right. She would be like number one, like top pick, like of all time to see Jodie. Have you seen that video on that's rolling around on Facebook that everybody's tagged me in, where she crashes somebody's wedding? I know. You haven't seen it?
No.
Okay, I'll make you watch it. But
okay.
I mean, that bride like flipped out.
I would.
Like, oh yeah, I would have been on the floor.
Was it like a Disney wedding or?
No. I mean, it was kind of like mermaid themed or whatever.
Oh.
But she just loves The Little Mermaid and loves Jodie Benson, and so like she crashed the wedding and like sang Part of Your World like at the wedding, and I was like, of course.
That'd be amazing.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I'm just like, I have a big old question mark above that. Like, did Jodie know that this girl really loved her? Like,
Probably.
Did this girl maybe like send her like an invitation or something?
Yeah, when I used to work in the industry, one of my artists would get a lot of like DMs and like fan mail and stuff, like inviting him to come play at their weddings and stuff. And like, you know, like, or for their child, like, my child's like your number one fan, you know.
Okay.
But like we would get like thousands of them.
Yeah.
So like, I guarantee you it was probably one of those situations, and it just happened to be like close proximity or something crazy to where she lives, or something. But yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, everybody tagged me in it, and I was like, oh my gosh, Jodie. Like,
does it just make you want to like get married all over again and see if you can figure
our vow
out?
renewal needs to go ahead and happen so Jodie Benson can crash it. Okay?
Mind you, they just celebrated their 4-year anniversary.
We did. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll work on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess this is a great segue into our Jodie moment for this
Indeed,
podcast.
it is. So neither one of us has seen Jodie Benson live, so that's a goal to put on the Mer list, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, bucket list works because of buckets of
a boat list.
A boat list.
A boat list. Oh, no.
Not a ship list.
No,
because that does not work.
That's who we're never having on the podcast.
No.
Well, funny enough,
boat list. Yeah, that's good.
Jodie, sorry. We, because we talk about Jodie. Oh, Jodie, we talk about her a lot.
For those of you who don't know who Jodie Benson is, she is the voice of the Little Mermaid in Disney's The Little Mermaid.
You know what else she's the voice of?
Oh,
Thumbelina.
Thumbelina.
She's a funny little squirt. Yeah, so
that movie, man.
1990s film. That one.
Definitely. And it's not Disney.
No, it's
contrary to popular belief.
It's Don Bluth.
Yes.
Don Bluth is an animator for Disney who struck out on his own and did Anastasia. Is probably the best known animation that you all would know, but he well, really, he's got a lot of really popular things now.
Yeah,
they were not popular when they were released, but they did really, really well in home video,
which is
circles.
Interesting to me. I guess that's just different. It's just different.
Yeah, I mean, there were several movies, especially in the 90s, that did just okay at the box office, but then hit home video and people just flocked to it. Thumbelina's big one. He did Secrets of Nim, An American Tail, and Land Before Time. And so these were all huge 90s hits.
Yeah, I mean, Anastasia
80s as well,
and Thumbelina are still... A lot of people think that they're Disney movies, but they're not.
No, they're not.
They're not.
And so Don Bluth was the animator for those, had been a Disney animator, and then went on to do his own stuff. But
how did Jodie then because she was with Disney before, so then how did Thumbelina come before or after Little Mermaid?
Thumbelina's after Little Mermaid.
Okay.
And I believe. No, see, I do know that. So, funny thing about Thumbelina. Because I was thinking, well, maybe it's because Howard Ashman also did the music, but it's not, because I know who did the music. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready.
Thumbelina's music is by Barry Manilow.
What?
Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl. With yellow feathers in her hair, and her dress go down to there. She would merengue. And do the cha-cha. Yeah, same dude.
So the toad that did the...
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Barry
Manilow?
Barry Manilow. I know.
Come on, man.
So I'm going to look this up, just to be sure that I'm not making a giant egg on myself, but, or have, egg on my face. But yeah. I'm
what? Still just as confused at how Jodie Benson got involved.
I don't know. I mean, it may just be because she. I know.
Just because she.
Jodie, would you like to answer this for us live
Jodie,
on our podcast?
We love you so much, but we have so many questions.
We do. We just have so many questions about
Please
your life, and we just want to know more about yourself, and also hear your amazing voice.
Yeah, for real.
Por favor.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Barry Manilow agreed to compose the songs for 3 Don Bluth pictures.
Oh my gosh.
What? Thumbelina was the first, followed by The Pebble and the Penguin. He did The Pebble and the Penguin too.
No
I'm dead.
way.
Oh man, talk about a movie. Y'all
It's
need to
so
see some
good.
Pebble and the
Penguin. What a classic, man.
Oh my gosh, and who is it that plays the mean penguin? He's
I don't remember who that is.
He's It. He's the clown. He's the clown in the original It.
He is?
Yeah. And he did Rocky Horror Picture Show and was banned from Hollywood for a hot second. And I completely have blanked on his name. I'm so sorry because I love you. Don't worry, I'll get there.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Let me figure out.
We're still on Barry Manilow.
I still don't see how she made it. Why she went to this.
It's just interesting because it's not Disney.
No, and it's...
So she had to have some connection or something.
Yeah, I had to do something. I don't know why.
Maybe,
maybe they just were writing that.
Barry Manilow was like, Jodie Benson is perfect for this song. And I will not give you this song unless Jody sings. I mean, that's what I would say.
Hang on, I gotta look up the Pebble and the Penguin and tell you who the... Tim Curry!
Oh.
Yeah, Tim Curry, evil penguin.
So evil. Scary. A little scary. And I will say, those movies do have a bit more darkness to them than... I was... Or not even darkness. Even, like, just a little bit more edge.
Yes. Oh, Secrets of Nim is like...
Oh, yeah, for sure. That one's just way out there for me. But
that one was
like,
intense.
Yeah. But even Thumbelina was, you know...
Oh, yeah. It has a... Well, it's like kidnapping, which does happen in the original story. She is kidnapped.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We were talking about some Thumbelina. I mean, I actually really love the music from it. I just think
Me
it's
too.
so campy and funny and great.
Like, back in the day when I was watching it, I did not realize that was the same voice. And now I realize why I love it so much. It's because it's Jodie Benson's voice.
That's why. I think she does the oh my gosh in that movie,
I think
too.
she does. I think that's what got me, man.
Yeah.
And I do love the way that they animated Thumbelina, like with her like long hair thing going on. And Prince Cornelius, man, he was like, prime time. So Thumbelina, the original story, I'm not as familiar with, so I don't know how accurate the movie is compared to like the actual story.
Close. It's pretty close.
Okay.
So in the original story, Thumbelina does not meet the prince prior to going on all of her adventures. She doesn't meet him until the end. So she gets kidnapped by the frog, and then she like escapes that, only to be like kind of taken over by this beetle, and then she finally gets away from that and has to live underground for a little while because it's winter. And the mole the mouse that she's living with, the field mouse, really wants her to marry the mole. Dearie, marry the mole. Which won a Razzie for worst song, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Poor Carol Channing. And then she is nursed back to health by a sparrow who is in the movie.
Yeah.
He does... I believe that is a little switch. Like, she nurses the sparrow back to health because he's got like... Oh, that's right. He has a thorn in his wing.
Yeah.
Oh, that sparrow. And then she meets the prince and is happily ever after.
That's interesting.
And then apparently all of this is like being told to Hans Christian Andersen by a bluebird who is in love with Thumbelina, who is like heartbroken that she's found this prince.
Oh, how interesting.
And she gets
Plot
her
twist.
Yeah, she gets her wings, and so he's like, she can't be my love.
Yeah.
So there's the terrible synopsis of the differences between Thumbelina the film and Thumbelina the story.
It's all very fascinating to me.
I know.
And not in the slightest mermaid related,
Nope.
but still entirely fascinating. And
I mean, it mostly just goes along with the Jodie moment.
oh, yeah, for sure. That's right.
Like,
we can tie that in.
that's sure. Yeah. Totally counts. But yeah, so that's the whole thing, is that
Well,
we have no idea why Jodie went on to do Thumbelina.
who knows?
She might have been the hot commodity at the time and was...
I can see that.
They had the money to hire her and
Yeah.
were like, let's do this. And
Let's
she was
do
like,
it.
great, awesome.
Wow. We may never know unless Jodie comes on the podcast. So, Jodie.
Jodie.
You're so amazing. Oh, no.
So please tell us
We
in
would
person.
love to know.
We
And
really would.
I would just, we'd have to split that podcast up into like a jillion sections because.
Well, I'd have to get you to stop hyperventilating first. And then we could do it.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay, great. Done deal. For those of you who are new to the podcast, we have several episodes that we'd love you to listen to, comment, let us know what you think. And if you can rate us on whatever you're listening to, that is actually super helpful. So if you will rate us and give us all the stars and shells and whatever else it is that you want to give us.
Yeah, download the Anchor app. You can leave us a voicemail and we can respond to it right here on the air.
Right here, right now. Hello. But until then, be sure to follow me at Mermaid Vlogs. Lauren still does not have her Mermaid Instagram up, but you can follow us both at Mermaid Vlogs for now. And thanks for listening. And hey, I guess we'll see y'all next time.
See you on the flip side, guys. Bye.
All my